If you are still manually reading every client email, summarizing it, then writing a reply, you are wasting hours every week. In this video, I will show you my n8n automation that turns any incoming Gmail message into a clean summary plus a ready-to-send reply automatically. Let us build it step by step. Step 1, the trigger that watches your inbox. The first node is Gmail trigger new customer email. This node is responsible for checking your Gmail and starting the workflow the moment a new email arrives. Inside the Gmail trigger settings, the key things are poll times, event, simplify, and filters. Poll times is set to every minute. That means n8n checks Gmail once per minute for new matching emails. The event is message received, so it runs when Gmail receives a new email, not when you send one. Now the most important part here is the filter query. The filter is built to only catch real incoming emails and avoid junk categories and avoid infinite loops. In plain English, the query is only look in inbox, exclude social, exclude promotions, exclude any email coming from my own address, and exclude anything that has the subject AI summary. That last part is super important because later we send ourselves a summary email and we do not want that summary email to trigger the workflow again and create an endless loop. This one filter is basically your safety net. Also notice simplify is off. When simplify is off, Gmail returns a big structured object with headers, body fields, and nested values, which is great for power users, but it means we need a small code step to extract the exact parts we want cleanly. That is why the next node exists. Step 2, converting the messy Gmail data into a clean AI prompt. The next node is prepare AI prompt. This is a function node with JavaScript code, and its job is simple: take whatever Gmail returns and produce a clean, consistent package we can feed to the AI every single time. Here is what it extracts. First, it grabs the subject. Gmail can provide subject in different places depending on the trigger output format, so the code tries a couple of options. It checks if there is a direct subject field, and if not, it searches the headers list for the header named subject. If it still cannot find it, it uses a fallback like no subject. That prevents the AI from getting weird blank input. Next, it extracts the sender email address. It first tries to get it from a structured field from .value0.address. If that is missing, it falls back to parsing the from header, and it pulls the email address from inside angle brackets. This matters because later, if you choose auto-send, we need to know who to send the reply to. Next, it extracts the email body. It prefers plain text if available because plain text is already clean. But sometimes Gmail provides HTML only. So the code has a basic HTML to text converter. It replaces line breaks, removes tags, and decodes common HTML entities like ampersand and less than. The goal is not perfect formatting. The goal is readable text so the AI understands the content. Now, the most powerful part of this node is that it builds two strings: system instructions and user message. System instructions is the role and rules for the AI. It tells the model you're a polite, concise, professional email assistant for a busy founder. Then it gives it goals: read the email, create a short summary in 2 to 3 bullet points, and draft a reply. Then it gives strict rules: keep the reply specific to the customer message. If information is missing, ask one clear question instead of guessing. Never invent discounts or guarantees. Keep paragraphs short and scannable. And finally, it forces the output format. It says, return JSON only, no backticks, no extra text. The JSON includes 3 keys: summary, reply subject, and reply to body. This is important because the next nodes depend on structured output. If the AI starts writing a normal paragraph, automation breaks, so we lock it down. Then user message is the actual email content the AI should respond to. It includes the sender email, the subject, and then the email body. This separation is a best practice. System instructions is rules and behavior. User message is the real world input. When this node finishes, it outputs a clean object with subject, from email, body text, system instructions, and user message. Now we are ready to call the model. Step 3, the AI node that generates summary and reply. The next node is message a model. This uses the OpenAI node inside n8n. And in this workflow, the model selected is GPT-4o Mini. In the messages array, it sends 2 messages. The first message is the system role content, and it is pulling directly from the prepare AI prompt node system instructions. Then it repeats the JSON only requirement one more time, and it reminds the model to use new line characters and not include markdown. Repeating this here is useful because some models behave better when formatting instructions are close to the output. The second message is the user message content, which is the formatted email content from prepare AI prompt. So the model sees, here is who emailed you, here is the subject, here is the body. Now produce JSON with summary and reply. Also note simplify is off here too. That means the node output is a more complex response object, not just a single text string. That is why the next node exists, to extract the actual JSON text and parse it safely. Step 4, parsing and validating the AI output. The next node is parse AI JSON. This is another function node with JavaScript, and it is one of the most important reliability pieces in the whole workflow. What it does is it tries multiple paths to find the model output text. Depending on which OpenAI node version you use, the output might be in output 0 content 0 text, or in output text, or in choices, or in other fields. So this code is defensive. It checks multiple locations until it finds the raw text, then it trims it, and if it is empty, it throws an error with a helpful message. That is good because silent failures are the worst. You want it to fail loudly so you know exactly what to fix. Then it removes code fences if the model accidentally returns them. Even though we told the model no backticks, sometimes it still wraps JSON in fences. This line strips that out so parsing still works. Then it runs json.parse. If parsing fails, it throws a detailed error that includes the raw output so you can see what the model returned and adjust your prompt if needed. Finally, it normalizes the fields. It sets summary, reply subject, and reply body based on the parsed JSON. It also supports alternate key styles like reply subject and reply body just in case. This makes downstream Gmail nodes super simple. They just reference reply subject and reply body. So at this point, we have a clean summary and a clean reply ready for Gmail. Now we decide what to do with it. Quick note before we branch. If you want the exact workflow file, I dropped the importable JSON inside my free school community, and I also put the link in the video description. So you can copy my setup instead of rebuilding everything manually. Step 5, choosing between draft mode and auto send mode. The next node is switch, draft versus auto send. This is basically your control panel. In this node, the data type is string, and it checks value 1 against rules. Right now, value 1 is hard-coded to the word send. That means the workflow will always go down the send branch because it matches the rule where value 2 is sent. There are two rules. Rule 1 checks if the value equals draft and sends output 0. Rule 2 checks if the value equals send and sends output 1. So output 0 is draft mode, output 1 is auto send mode. In a real production setup, you would not hard code this. You would set value 1 from a variable, an environment variable, a webhook input, a Google Sheet setting, or even a simple set node where you can switch it between draft and send. But for testing, hard coding send is fine. You just want to see the full flow working. Step 6a, draft mode, create a draft in Gmail. On the draft branch, the node is Gmail, create draft reply. The resource is draft and the operation is create. The subject field is mapped to reply subject. The message field is mapped to reply body. Email type is text, which is perfect for deliverability and simplicity. And you can always switch to HTML later if you want richer formatting. One important thing to understand here, creating a draft like this creates a new draft message. It may not always attach itself to the same thread automatically. Some Gmail setups need thread ID or references headers to truly reply in thread. So if you want perfect threading, you would extend this by including the original thread ID or message ID, depending on what the Gmail node supports in your version. But even as is, draft mode is great because it gives you human approval. You can quickly review, edit, and hit send. Step 6b, auto send mode, send the reply instantly. On the send branch, the node is Gmail, auto send reply, optional. The operation is send resources message. The to field is mapped from the trigger sender email address, so it sends back to whoever emailed you. The subject is reply subject and the message is reply body. This is powerful, but it is also risky. Auto send is best when your prompts are tight, your business is stable, and you are confident the model will not say something wrong. If you're just starting, I recommend draft mode first, then later switch to auto send for only specific categories of emails. Step 7, the optional reporting email to yourself. After passing the AI output, the workflow also sends a summary email to you using Gmail. Send summary to myself, optional. This is a nice quality of life feature. It sends to your own Gmail address. The subject is prefixed with AI summary plus the original subject, so in your inbox you can instantly see what it is about. The message includes two parts. First, the summary of the incoming email, then a divider, then the drafted reply. This means even if you're on your phone, you can glance at the summary and the proposed response without opening n8n. And remember earlier, we excluded emails with subject AI summary from the trigger. That is exactly to prevent this optional node from creating a loop. Now, quick beginner tip about credentials. You will notice multiple Gmail nodes here and they all need Google OAuth credentials. If you're not sure how to set up Google credentials inside n8n, I have a full video walkthrough linked in the description and on my channel, and it shows the exact step-by-step process to connect Gmail properly. Before we wrap up, here's the big picture of the flow so it clicks in your head. Gmail trigger detects a real incoming email, prepare AI prompt cleans it and builds a strict instruction set. Messenger model generates structured JSON, parse AI JSON validates and normalizes the output. Then the switch decides if you want draft or auto send. And optional, you also get a personal summary email for monitoring. If you want to customize this, here are a few smart upgrades. You can add a filter so only certain senders go to auto send and everyone else goes to draft. You can add a confidence check in the AI prompt, like if you're missing key details, ask one question and set the mode to draft. Or you can add a label in Gmail like AI ready and only process emails that have that label. That makes it even safer. And again, if you want the exact JSON file plus my notes and upgrades, it is inside my free school community. And I also dropped the link in the video description so you can grab it quickly. If you get stuck, post your screenshot in the community and I will help you fix it. All right, that is it. You now have an AI email assistant inside n8n that saves time, keeps replies professional, and can scale with your business. If you want more beginner-friendly automations like this, join the school community from the description because I share templates, workflows, and fixes in there every week. See you in the next one.